Wow, thank you, Susan. That was so lovely. And I have the distinct pleasure of having a lot of family here tonight, one of which is my dad, who was the producer the night of the ESPYs, that Jimmy V gave that speech. And also the man who sat on his knee with my mom still in the room after she had passed away. And we were all there. And he said to us, like a coach would, because he was a football player in the Marines and in college, and he said, let's all try to use this experience to make us better people. That's the first words out of his mouth. So hopefully we all rise to the occasion and fill what Jimmy Allegro's big shoes are. So tonight you've seen, we've honored Rick and Elaine Jones, and it's the distinct honor to be last summer's Vintner Grant Award was for Naoko Dallavalle. And in honor of her nephew, Sansuke, who passed away from brain cancer. And by the way, 2 days before he passed away, he went to school in his wheelchair. So in honor of Sansuke, we did a grant with Dr. Sabine Mueller, who's here tonight from the UCSF team, who is focused on precision medicine. And for those of you who are at the Scientific Advisory Board this morning, we heard a lot about the advances with medicine these days and how we're actually going in and being able to, in very predictive ways, using math, modeling, genomics, computational math, really go in a very precise way. And Sabine is leading that charge. But what it did for us at the V Foundation and the V Foundation team is it called attention to a cause that really commands more of our mind share, and that is kids with cancer. Children with cancer, there are 15,000 new diagnoses every year, and because that's a relatively small population, it's known as what's called an orphan cancer. And I can tell you, if it's your son, if it's your nephew, if it's your niece, if it's your brother, if it's your family, it's not an orphan cancer, it's your universe. So with the force that's known as Naoko Dallavalle, we have found what has been an incredible, unprecedented thing in the history of the wine celebration, which is a match for our fund a need. And this couple actually came forward and said, we're not going to just match you, we're going to match you up to $3 million. So what does that mean? That means actually an incredible opportunity. It's an incredible opportunity for us here tonight. And as we know, we've worked with the UCSF team. The Scientific Advisory Board is reviewing the first onslaught of grants, and they've said it's sort of this unprecedented, incredible amount of intelligence, intuitive thinking, just new ways of thinking about the approach to brain cancers and children with cancer. So as we look to what could happen with UCSF, we want to do things that are multidisciplinary, which means that we're approaching cancer from many different sides, so people who have different approaches. And we heard again today that we're finding things that children with cancer have great implications when we learn it with children for all types of cancer. So this type of grant, even though it's with children with cancer, is going to have implications for adults with brain cancer and or across the population of people with cancers in general. So the opportunity is ours. The opportunity is ours to do something tonight. And I will share with you something that stuck with me a long time this year. It was about 6 months ago. I was in a dinner in Silicon Valley, and a question was circulated around the table, which is, who is your hero? Everybody went around the room and sort of had these very predictable things in Silicon Valley about who heroes was. And one man said, hero, to me it's not a noun, it's a verb. And a hero is about somebody who does an action when nobody else is looking. So I will tell you, a child on the other side of those machines or in that hospital room, when they get that diagnosis, may not know who you are, may not know the actions you take in this tent tonight, but that's sort of the true definition of what a hero is. It's your verb. So I thank you all for being here. I ask you to do what you can tonight for a cause that's just, wow, it's just awesome. So thank you. So now it's my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce a man who, as we all know, Steve Bornstein was the gentleman who forged the partnership with ESPN and the V Foundation. But when Steve went on to join the NFL, there was a man who for decades actually fostered and took the V Foundation to the next level within ESPN, and that's George Bodenheimer. I'm so honored to introduce him tonight.